Good morning. It's time to get in touch. In Touch is a public affairs show dedicated to improving the lives of Susquehanna Valley residents. I'm Freddi Hammer, news director at Backyard Broadcasting. When it comes to a thriving community like Williamsport, it takes a lot of caring hands and caring hearts to address problems or issues and bring solutions to the table. One organization that we know helps the helpers is the Lycoming County United Way, recently celebrating a huge anniversary. And I'm happy to have the president and CEO of the Lycoming County United Way with us this morning. Good morning, Ron Frick.
Good morning, Freddi Hammer. How are you? Happy Easter weekend.
Happy Easter weekend to you as well. I know lots of busy things going on with the Live United concert, and that's going on next Tuesday with Michael Cavanaugh, but we'll talk about that shortly. In fact, as we sit here, we're expecting Michael Cavanaugh, who's performing this Tuesday night at the Community Arts Center, to give us a call and let us know how he's feeling about getting ready for the show on Tuesday. But first, Ron, let's talk about the Lycoming County United Way. It's been 100 years.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. A lot has happened to the Lycoming County United Way in the last 100 years. We had a chance to celebrate our birthday. We had a little bit of a press conference down at the Williamsport Lycoming Chamber of Commerce. And for anybody who knows anything about our history, you know that we started having planning for our inception back in November of 1920, and in April of 1922, the Board of Trade, which is now the Chamber of Commerce, actually authorized that organization to put in an application and sponsor us to become what was then called a community chest and is now called a United Way. So we're very excited about being able to celebrate that event. Out
of all the United Ways in the United States, where do we rank as what number United Way are we as far as how many there are?
Well, there are 1,800 individual local United Ways in the United States and across the world in 41 different countries. And so the one that I know the most about was authorized in 1908 in Harrisburg. So the Harrisburg United Way, the community chest back then, actually helped get us started in 1921 and 1922. So I'm not exactly sure what order we are, but the United Way itself nationally started in Denver, Colorado in 1887. So the organization has been around for a long time.
Reading up on the Pennsylvania history of the United Way and Pennsylvania's first community partnership, what a great relationship you two have, those two organizations.
Yeah, Jennifer Wilson and I actually announced yesterday an expansion of that partnership. Right now, with the addition of $1 million investment that we are making at the First Community Foundation Partnership of Pennsylvania, they made a birthday gift for us yesterday for $250,000 to help match those funds, and now we'll have almost $2.5 million under management in funds and endowment at the First Community Foundation of Pennsylvania, which is really going to help us for the future of this organization. And so while we're celebrating our 100 years of history this week, we're really excited about what the next 100 years are going to look for, and working with our friends over at the First Community Foundation, we're planning for what this organization is going to look like long term.
I sort of see it as twofold. You're coming out of the pandemic, and you're also moving forward with new plans. You sort of have to transition those together.
Yeah, the pandemic's been hard on a lot of people, and we talked about this a little bit. It's been a real challenge for nonprofits as government funding, has been squeezed in a large part for the last probably 5 or 6 years. We have more of that flowed into our communities during the pandemic. That isn't going to last forever, and so there's more and more pressure on families and businesses, and that puts more pressure on nonprofits. And so we're doing our part to raise the money and to develop those partnerships so that, we can provide for the needs of the community now and in the future.
Well, it's an absolute wonderful thing using 211 as a consumer needing services in Lycoming County across the United States. Really, using 211 is a fantastic program.
Yeah, so 211 is a program that we've funded for a long time now. We work with the 211 Center out of northeastern Pennsylvania. We're part of that nationwide network. It is in every county in Pennsylvania now, and it's really the lifeline for a lot of folks in human services. I always, when I talk about it, like to talk about, those of us who are in an emergency situation, and concerned for our physical health, call 911. Anybody that needs human services in Lycoming County and throughout the United States really, can call 211 from their cell phone. There's now texting available, so it's very easy for someone just to put their zip code into their cell phone and text it to 898-211, and then someone in northeastern Pennsylvania will be in touch with them and try to help them out.
I actually passed that information along to someone in Florida when I was living down there last year, so they were able to be helped even that far away.
It's an awesome service. It's very expensive to run. We've had some help from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and we're doing a lot of advocacy around that issue because it's very important for residents in all of our counties and all of the states in the United States to really make sure that we've got something in place that people can call and get the help that they need.
Quote unquote, Live United. That's an initiative overall for the United Way, even though we're coming up on the Live United in Music 2 this Tuesday night.
Yeah, Live United is really kind of a tagline that we've used for a long time. I would say in recent years we haven't used it as much. It was really a way to get communities to understand that working together we could really make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've used it as a tagline, and it was really easy for us to use that marketing approach when we started to develop Live United in Music, which is our signature event coming up on Tuesday night. We really have evolved over the last 100 years, and the essence of it is that our organization is mobilizing the resources in the community to really impact and change people's lives.
And speaking of the signature event of the United Way, amazing musicians gathering at the Community Arts Center in Williamsport the 19th, with this guy featured with a full orchestra with Walt Strayton directing. I think we have Michael Cavanaugh on the line.
Hello.
Hey, Mike. How you doing, buddy?
Yes.
Hi, it's Freddi Hammer, and I'm here with Ron Frick.
The gang's all here.
Looking forward to hearing from you today. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. We're grateful for you to be coming here to Williamsport to play at the Community Arts Center coming up this Tuesday night on the 19th of April, and we just can't wait to hear the music of Sir Elton John. What is the most challenging thing about this show for you?
Most challenging thing about this show? Well, Elton John's pretty good. So, he's a really amazing piano player and singer, so I certainly have to be on my toes, but fortunately I've been doing this show for a while. There's always a lot of preparation that goes into every show I do, and on a show day I take things very seriously, and I even tell my wife sometimes if she comes on the road with me. Unfortunately, she's not able to come next week. I say, sorry, I have to be selfish today. Like I have to spend a lot of time warming up my voice, and
Mm-hmm.
it's good if I can warm up my fingers too. If there's anything I can kind of tap around on, and I got to get into game shape, the day of the show.
We've been working on the Live United program to help the Lycoming County United Way for several years. COVID stopped us, and so now we finally get to be at the Community Arts Center and have a wonderful time, and we're getting the tickets sold, and it's going to be an amazing evening. So tell me about your relationship with the United Way and how that's grown.
Well, we were fortunate to do the event. I guess now it's been about 2.5 years. And that was fantastic. We had a wonderful time, made a lot of new friends, and got to hang out with some of our friends that we've had for a few years. This will be my third time performing in Williamsport. The first time I performed there, I did my Christmas rock and roll orchestral show, and that was a blast. And then we did the music of Billy Joel a couple of years ago. And, just thrilled to perform for the people, and of course, thrilled to support the United Way and all the amazing work they do around the world. So it feels great.
There's some amazing musicians that are going to be there that I'd love to talk about, but I want to talk about the conductor of the Pops Orchestra, it's Walt Strayton. He does some amazing work, and you work with him a little bit. How does that feel to get back together with him?
Walt's he's like a brother to us. The first time I worked with Walt was back in, I believe it was 2010. Mm-hmm. And that was the night that we made our live DVD, live CD of our Music of Billy Joel show. And that was a big deal. That was in Southern California when he was there. Mm-hmm. That began a long relationship because he was so great to work with us to get that video done. It's a big process to do that, to bring in the crew. And at the same time, you have to put on a live performance for the audience who's in the room. So he was so great. And since then, he's done so many shows with us. He's performed with private events. We just did a couple of shows with him in Hawaii in December, and that certainly was not the worst time we've ever had, that's for sure. Walt's an amazing guy.
He's like the glue. Is he a glue for you all?
Yeah, glue's a good word because you have us crazy rock and roll guys coming from that world, and then you have these wonderfully trained classical musicians coming from their world. And we do need the glue to bring those two worlds together, and that's a great word for Walt because he really gets both sides of it, which is great.
And what about performing at the Community Arts Center? That space is nice.
It's great. It's beautiful. Love performing there. Love the crowds there. I've gotten to know it pretty well now. I actually have even done 1 or 2 private events there as well. So this is going to be, I would say, my 4th or 5th time actually performing in that room, and it's great.
We're bringing back some musicians from Williamsport to perform on the show. Can you reveal how everybody's going to be brought in on the stage and different things that are going to be happening?
Well, I would say a lot of times when I try to explain one of these shows to people that maybe haven't seen it before, you're taking these amazing songs written by a legend, songs like Benny and the Jets and Rocket Man, and you're putting them on steroids. When you put a symphony like this behind it, it's just taking these amazing songs and just putting them on a higher level. Musicians are very featured. We are not in the business of being a rock and roll band with a backup orchestra.
Right.
It's everyone's featured. So there are times when we let the orchestra take over, and it's a huge sound that I never get tired of hearing. That's for sure.
Well, it joins the ranks of so many other amazing musicians in the world. Sting, Metallica. I mean,
yeah,
cellos doing rock and roll. It's just amazing genres mixing up, and I think it's great.
It's really cool. Yeah, it's great when it all comes together. Like you said, I've seen that Metallica show that a lot of people talk about, and since then it's become a pretty normal. I'm not going to say normal, but more and more groups. The Eagles just did I think they're actually still in the middle of a tour where they're using a symphony orchestra behind them. And it's just a really great thing.
It really
we love it.
It's great to bring children to something like this and realize, hey, because I'm playing in third grade this horn, maybe I can do something in the future with that. That's just the whole message of playing music as a child, I think.
You can be a rock star playing the clarinet for sure. No doubt about it.
Ron has told me that you played in Ohio, your own hometown. What was that like?
Well, performing in my hometown is special, as it would be for anyone. I grew up in the Cleveland area, and I played there, a number of times. We just played there in February. We played Playhouse Square, that's a big deal. That's where all of the Broadway shows come into town, and I think it's actually the second largest theater, community or theater section of a town next to Broadway, actually, in the U.S.
Amazing.
It's a big deal. So I grew up going to shows on Playhouse Square, so to perform there is very special.
You have people playing that, and in Walt Straiten's orchestra that are in the school districts that are teachers that are of the kids. So that's amazing. There's at least 50 kids coming from Williamsport to hear their teachers play.
That's great. I had a couple of music teachers coming up through school that made a big impact on me and that I still keep in touch with, and that's really awesome to see the kids connect with the teachers like that. Teachers are always underappreciated. It's great for them to be rock stars, too, once in a while.
Absolutely. Now, we heard that maybe they're going to be asking you to wear some special costumes. How do you feel about that? Or maybe just your blue shirt?
Well, I put the duck suit on just to do this interview. I'm sorry that you can't see it right now. But,
yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That's wonderful. We were wondering about
I was all, and I can only wear it once. It's just one of those things, but I'm wearing it right now. You just have to imagine it in your mind, but it looks fantastic.
Burn after wearing.
Yeah.
Well, how does your week look so far? Now, how are your parents doing? They're looking forward to you traveling. I mean, I'm sure that they are always very supportive of what you do.
Very supportive. They're doing pretty well. When I hit the road, my wife kind of takes over, and my son helps out. My son is, he's in his 20s, so he helps a lot.
Great.
Our daughter's away at college, but my in-laws help. So it's a team effort here. We've moved a lot of the family out here to Las Vegas from Ohio. Like I said, my in-laws and my parents, and my wife's sister and her family live here, and we love Ohio, but Vegas is pretty nice in the wintertime.
You know how to get back, right?
That's right.
That's how I feel too. Are your children playing music?
Yeah, my daughter, she is, although her major is psychology, her minor is musical theater, and she sings like an angel. And actually, she was asked to sing with me on this by Ron Frick, by Walt Straighten. They wanted to, and it would have been amazing. Oh. Unfortunately, we're 1 week too early. She ends her first year at Grand Canyon University this coming weekend. If it was a week later, I could have brought her with me. But we'll do it another time. She's just incredible. She was just in a production of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Well, actually, they just finished this last weekend at GCU. It was really great. I was able to go and sneak on a day off and go see it with my wife. I was very excited.
Oh, that's a blessing to be able to go and do that, for sure.
And my son, he's a copywriter, journalist, type guy. And he has a great knack for the guitar. He just doesn't have the interest to really do it for any more than just fun. And honestly, that's the best reason to play music anyway.
I agree.
To have fun.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Tell me your favorite song that you play of Sir Elton John's.
My favorite song to play on the piano by Elton John is it's an old one called Honky Cat.
Okay, that's a good one with the piano.
I take an extended piano solo on it, and I spread my wings a little bit. That's the best way to put it. I spread my wings, and I have a lot of fun.
Well, we cannot wait to see you spreading your wings across the stage here at the Community Arts Center coming up Tuesday night, and we're going to see you there. Get your tickets now, caclive.com. Michael Cavanaugh calling us in from Las Vegas. Well, you're out there with your family. Thank you so much, and we can't wait to see you next week.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Hey, Mike, safe trip. See you, buddy.
See See you soon.
See you on Tuesday.
Yep.
Ron, it's so wonderful that you got us a chance to talk to Michael Cavanaugh on the phone. I'm looking forward to seeing him perform at the Community Arts Center this Tuesday night. Living United in Music, too, with this music of Sir Elton John. Wow.
Yeah, we've missed him for a long time. We have kept in touch since our original show back in October of 2019. That was actually Michael's second trip to Williamsport. He was here and did a Christmas show for us a bunch of years ago. So we were so happy to have him in October of 19, and then, the pandemic hit us and really put a monkey wrench in having fun and impacting things at the Community Arts Center. So we're happy to have him back on Tuesday night. We did Billy Joel the last time. We're going to do Elton John this time, and we're just anxious to see him and the band. We've really become, part of his family, and he's become part of our community over these last few years. He's gotten me and others through the pandemic by broadcasting live stream video shows from his home studio in Las Vegas for, gosh, I don't know. I think he did over 100 shows, from early 2020 through, even today, he's still doing them. Even while he's touring around the country, he's still doing those shows.
And what a humble guy, just sort of doing that softly for everybody, helping out.
Yeah, he's an amazing individual. Not only does he get handpicked to play the piano man on the musical Moving Out on Broadway.
Yeah.
God knows how many shows, lots of nights. He just really is a great human being, and we're happy to have a relationship with him. He's very good, close personal friends with Walt Straight, and he's going to conduct the Live United Music Pops Orchestra again this time for us. And that's an organization, 60 local, regional, in some cases, super regional individuals that are coming in to play in the orchestra. We've got some local talent for some folks that have graduated from local area high schools. We've got a couple of special surprises. It's just going to be a fun night, so we're hoping people will come out and check it out on Tuesday. Well,
there's still time to get tickets online at caclive.com. And what number can they call the box office, Ron?
Yeah, so if you want to call the box office, it's 570-326-2424. I want to mention to everybody listening that, our friends at Backyard Broadcasting have been, fabulous partners as one of our media partners in this event. And I know if you're listening to any of the Backyard Broadcasting stations, you have a chance to win tickets. Mm-hmm. Listen in for our friends at Backyard, and you may get a chance to win some tickets. But if you can't, get online at CAC Live or call the box office. We still have some tickets left, and we'd love to see you there.
If you win some, bring some friends and buy some tickets, too. That's always a good idea.
Absolutely. Listen, we want to pack the Community Arts Center. It's been a long time, and so we're hoping people will we'll get out there and buy some tickets.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to seeing you, Ron. I can't wait to see Michael Cavanaugh performing on the stage with Walt Straighton and the Live United Pops Orchestra. It's going to be an amazing show Tuesday night at the Community Arts Center, downtown Williamsport. See you there, Ron. Thanks for all the work you've put in and all of the people that you work with to make this a successful week.
Yep. Hey, listen, Freddie, thank you so much for having us on again. And, we hope you and everybody over there at Backyard has a great weekend.
All right. Happy Easter to you.
Happy Easter.
In Touch is locally produced in our studios at 1685 4 Mile Drive in Williamsport. To get in touch with us regarding questions, comments, or topic ideas, call weekdays between 8 and 5, 570-323-8200. You can also write to us at 1685 4 Mile Drive, Williamsport, PA 17701, attention Freddi Hammer, or email me at fhammer@backyardbroadcasting.com. For archive programs of our In Touch series, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Backyard Broadcasting. Each current weekly program is featured on the Backyard Broadcasting websites. Individual opinions expressed here don't necessarily reflect the opinions of the management or staff. Thanks for listening to In Touch, a production of Backyard Broadcasting.